Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for attending. We'd like to have our kickoff to our elder abuse dedication and proclamation here at Chautauqua County. I'm County Executive P.J. Wendel, here with a couple of other people that will be speaking this morning. But realistically, we always focus on child abuse in many cases, and what we really need to focus on more and more, and I think we saw more of it through the pandemic, was our elder abuse, and our elderly are our most vulnerable population. As we get older, and I've often said this to groups before, I remember coming when I first took office, there was a poster, a billboard actually, across the Metro Bay Marina, and it said, "It's now time for me to take care of my hero," and it was a young man taking care of his mother. So I think it's really important, they take care of us, and now it's our turn to take care of them. So on behalf of myself and from the Office of the County Executive, I have a proclamation. Whereas elder abuse is an intentional act or failure to act that results in harm to an older adult, and whereas elder abuse can include abandonment, emotional abuse, financial abuse, neglect, physical abuse, or sexual abuse, and whereas each year millions of elderly Americans in the United States are abused, neglected, or financially exploited by a caregiver or someone they trust, and many victims are unable or afraid to report these crimes. And whereas every citizen should be treated with affection, kindness, and respect. And whereas our senior citizens, especially those who may have trouble completing daily tasks on their own, need our care, assistance, and support. And whereas services and programs are available to help older adults and their caregivers as they listen to their challenges, promote emotional well-being, and provide support for their needs. And whereas such programs can help caregivers from feeling overwhelmed, improve care for senior citizens, and help prevent elder abuse. Whereas the Chautauqua County Health Department, Department of Mental Hygiene and Social Services, and Chautauqua County Office for Aging Services, and Chautauqua County Sheriff's Department, along with local law enforcement agencies and other organizations, work diligently to support seniors, investigate cases of suspected abuse, and defend seniors who are suffering from abuse. Now, therefore, I, Paul M. Wendel, Jr., Chautauqua County Executive, do hereby proclaim the month of June as Elder Abuse Prevention Month in Chautauqua County and encourage all residents to check in often on older adults, promote respectful relationship, and help bring an end to elder abuse. In witness whereof, I have hereto set my hand and caused the seal of the great county of Chautauqua to be affixed on this 15th day of June, 2023. So on behalf of myself and the citizens of Chautauqua County, I present this to Dr. MaryAnn Spanos with our proclamation for Elder Abuse Prevention Month.
Thank you so much.
And at this time, I will now turn the podium over to Dr. MaryAnn Spanos, our Office for Aging Services Director.
Thank you so much, PJ, and thank you all for joining us today on this very important day, World Elder Abuse Awareness Month. Our older adult population is what built this great nation. They are growing older, and we all owe it to them to respect them and help protect them as they age with dignity in the community. We have so many partners gathered here today, our friends from the Alzheimer's Association, the friends from the Center for Elder Law and Justice, Adult Protective Services, as well as many of the county departments that deal with elder abuse. And it takes a village to really prevent elder abuse. I am so fortunate to have our partners at CELJ who have a special team. They head up the multidisciplinary team, which I'm sure you're going to hear about, that brings us all together to help solve problems around elder abuse. It is a very sad condition that only 1 in 26 are reported. And it's not just what we think of as elder abuse, a physical abuse or emotional abuse, but financial abuse is exploding, and it's exploding for many reasons. One is that people are living longer and they are starting to decline mentally. My own mother last year had surgery and was recovering in my home, got a call on her cell phone, and I said to her, "Mom, who are you talking to?" And it was somebody trying to get her personal information. Billions of dollars are lost every year. People are losing their whole livelihoods to scammers, to sometimes family members. A plethora of people who want to steal this wealth from these older adults, stealing their dignity, stealing their livelihood, stealing their golden years that they worked for. And so we all have to take a role in helping to prevent it, and there are things we can do. We need to connect with those people that are isolated, connect them to services, or just check on them. Our banks, we're trying to increase their awareness so they see something suspicious and they report it. We're working with law enforcement to make sure those people are prosecuted. But it really does take all of our efforts collectively to prevent this, to stop it, to raise awareness. So we're so happy that you joined us here today to have this event, to bring awareness to this very, very important issue. And we hope that you will connect somebody to our offices or to any of the partners here if you think that something is going on that needs to be addressed. So I'm going to turn it over to Carm Holsta, who is representing Adult Protective Services at the county, to tell you a little bit more about what they do and how we work together. So thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome, and thank you to all of our partners who came to join us today and helped this day happen, because we really have all worked together and that's how we make things happen around here. So I just wanted to tell you that anybody can make a referral for APS from the community. We have 3 criteria. They have to be over 18. The client has to have an impairment that impedes their ability to obtain services, and there is no one willing and able to assist the client. And if someone calls and they fit this criteria, we will take the referral, and if appropriate, for self-neglect, caregiver neglect, financial exploitation, and physical or emotional abuse. We will not take the referral if they have case management agencies involved, and that's because there's a requirement that no one's able to help the person for us to be involved in the case. We will do an investigation, and after the referral is taken, we have 60 days to make a determination of whether there's abuse or neglect or whatever the issue was. And at that time, once we make the case decision, we would notify in writing the person who had sent the referral in and let them know whether the case was found or unfounded. And that, like I said, they'll receive that in the mail. And then they'll also in that letter be told if they were opened for adult protective or preventative services, as well as if they were closed. We are the agency of last resort for representative payees from Social Security, so we will become their financial person to pay their bills. How that happens is usually a doctor submits an note to Social Security saying the person is unable to take care of their finances. Social Security will try to find family members. If they don't find anybody, they'll send the referral to us as a last resort. We take the referral. We still try to find family or friends that are willing and able to help them, but if not, then we will take their case and then we'll get their Social Security each month and pay their bills. Social Security does make the decision if the client needs a rep payee. We do not. All we do is find if there's anybody that can help them, and if they can't, then we will take them. And you can reach us by calling 716-753-4447 and asking for the intake worker to have your referral given. Again, I just want to say thank you for everybody that came and for all the collaboration that we have, because like everyone said, we work with the community and it takes the community to make things happen. So we work with all of the local police agencies, the Sheriff's Department, the state police. We work with Office for the Aging, we work with Department of Mental Hygiene, we work with the Health Department, we work with CELJ, And we also work with child protection because sometimes the cases overlap and there's children and adults in situations. So I'm very proud to work for Chautauqua County and to be in such a collaborative effort. And thank you for all that you do. Josh. And I'm going to turn it over to Josh from CELJ.
Hello, everyone. My name is Josh Ciliano. I'm the supervising attorney at the Center for Elder Law and Justice for our Dunkirk office. I want to start by thanking all of our speakers today. We're proud to have helped organize this event, and I just want to thank everyone for coming out here. At the Center for Elder Law and Justice, we strive to help our elder clients in many areas of law, and sadly, that does include cases of abuse. You've heard the stats. Only 1 in 23 cases goes reported. 1 in 10 Americans over 60 are victims of abuse, and the 1 in 10 is only the cases that are reported. Every case of abuse has the potential to irrevocably harm the victim, whether that be financially, physically, emotionally. And that is why this event and World Elder Abuse Awareness Day in general are so important. It leads to much better results if we can get involved early in the case rather than late. It's also important to remember who we're talking about here. It can be easy to forget the personal relationships when we're discussing the statistics, but these are our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, our mentors, our protectors. These are the folks that helped raise us to become doctors, lawyers, journalists, police officers, social workers, and so many other professions. It's a great injustice that so many of these folks are abused when they should be enjoying the twilight years with their friends and family. Not all abuse leaves physical marks either. Emotional abuse and financial exploitation can be hard to see, but no less damaging. Combined with the increased isolation that many of our older adults have gone through because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's so important that all of us work together to raise awareness on this issue. We must all look after our friends and loved ones as they have looked after us. As we move forward with the unwind, there will be new problems that arise, but together we can overcome and help our elderly population thrive. We are fortunate in Chautauqua County to have so many people and agencies working together to help us. They help our elderly population with all forms of abuse, whether that be prevention or recovery. It's always a great opportunity when our enhanced multidisciplinary team meets, bringing together so many different people to help tackle these often difficult matters. From adult protection services to the Office for the Aging, to the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office and the District Attorney's Office, to our own representatives at CELJ, everybody brings a different perspective and skill set to the table. When we all work together, we can make a bigger difference than we can alone. With that in mind, I would like to present our award for exemplary service in preventing elder abuse and assisting victims of elder abuse. We would like to recognize Patsy Bennis for her extraordinary work at Adult Protective Services. Patsy, as a social worker for APS, is on the front line of defense to help our aging population. Without her hard work and that of all the members of the EMDT, we couldn't do what we do. Now, I understand Patsy is on a well-deserved vacation, so I believe her supervisor, Robin Rafin, is going to accept on Patsy's behalf. So please join me in Robin in thanking Patsy for all her hard work.
Now we could just have everybody gather
Yep.
with the banner, maybe?
Yeah.
So now if you'd all like to gather on the steps of this beautiful courthouse and help us hold up our banner, we could take a group photo. And thank you again for coming today. And remember that there are people who care in this community, and don't hesitate to reach out to us. As Carm said, that phone number is Adult Protective Services, but our New York Connects helpline can connect you to any of the partners here. That's 753-4582. Thank you so much.